we got to go straight into pod because Marvin is going to be angry. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the new episode of the Beers and Buds podcast. I'm joined by my friend Tope on the left.
I'm here.
And Mahesh on the right. How has
here.
everyone been?
I'm good. I'm a bit ill right now. A bit cold.
I think everyone is.
Yeah, I was ill
I think
last
it's a drop
week.
in temperature. Yeah, man. But yeah, I'm good, man. Life's good.
Yeah.
I'm good. Flying out to Spain on Monday.
Jeez, you get flown out by a
Yeah.
thing. You're
Sorry.
going
Wow,
crazy.
fucking
man.
wish, Rev. God damn, man.
Sangria and tapas.
Don't get me in trouble. God damn.
I wish Ting would fly me out. Do get me in trouble. I know Mom ain't listening to this. She listens for the first time, I'll be pissed. Bear stuff is going on in the world,
Yeah,
man.
it's crazy, man.
It's a sad time to be
It is.
alive. You know, the MPs voted, bear of them, man.
What did Starmer vote?
He was
voted against.
apparently
Did he abstain?
No, but
No,
apparently he was saying that if Mandem voted to cease
sack them.
fire, he'll
Yeah.
sack them.
Really?
So loads of Labour MPs were like, nah,
Pussies, bro.
pussies, isn't it?
But I don't think has he sacked any of the ones that have
I
voted?
don't think he has.
No, I
How
think they
many voted,
resigned
though?
because they were going to be sacked.
Oh, is it? Everyone who voted resigned.
The ones who were on the front bench.
Oh,
I definitely
but there
saw-
weren't that many on the front bench though.
I think it was like 8.
I saw
Yeah.
one woman resign. I can't remember what her name was.
8 of your
Claire
shadow
or something?
cabinet, though. Or
Yeah,
it's,
one of
it's
them.
like 6 to 8 around that
Yeah.
number.
We had Suella Braverman
Cruella.
step down. Did you guys read any of her resignation letter?
It was too long, bro. I don't care to
I
read.
read all of it.
I don't care to
but
read things
I
about
was-
wicked people.
I sent a
screenshot,
screenshot
yeah, you
of
did.
like one thing where I was like, "This is insane."
Is it where she was dissing Rishi?
She was dissing Rishi throughout.
Yeah, that was a long fucking...
She had support for Rishi
resignation.
Sunak.
Brown
And this is
on brown
one of the clips I've decided to like clip. Another cause of disappointment, and the context of my recent article in the Times. Look at her fucking plugging her shit. Has been a failure to rise to the challenge posed by increasingly vicious anti-Semitism and extremists displayed on our streets since the Hamas terrorist atrocities of 7th of October. I have become hoarse urging to consider legislation to ban the hate marches to help stem the rising tides of racism, intimidation, and terrorist glorification threatening our community cohesion. Britain is at a turning point in history. I've never heard someone sound so white in her life. And faces the threat of radicalization, extremism we've not seen in 20 years. We literally saw the London riots. I regret to say that your response has been uncertain, weak, and lacking in qualities of leadership. Rather than fully acknowledge the severity of this threat, your team has disagreed with me for weeks. Okay, Rishi did something good. That the law needs changing.
You know what's crazy with Suella? It's when I did some research. So her husband is an Israeli Zionist.
I knew he was white.
So when you the thing is when I saw that I was like,
I bet
okay,
James Cleverly has a white wife.
I think he's white. I think.
I knew it as well.
And Keir Starmer's wife is also Jewish.
Is she actually?
She's Jewish, yeah.
We love them.
Who?
Don't get cancelled.
Yeah, James.
No, we do. We just
You
want.
know what's crazy?
I just want
I
more
don't know
to-
if she's a Zionist.
I
so-
think voting against stopping war is a bit brazy.
I think...
Like, I don't know about you, man.
Yeah.
But that's a bit
Yeah,
nuts.
that's not. It's insane.
Like, right? Like, am I being an idiot?
No.
Like, voting against non-violence, isn't that like what PC culture's about?
I think it's like, it's so, you know, and we've always seen this, but I think it's, and I want to be extremely careful with my wording,
Go on.
but I think it's, you know, every time you see anyone criticize or even say anything in a positive light about the Jewish society, it's always immediately branded as anti-Semitism. So remember when 21 did that song and he said, "I've been getting Jewish money, everything is kosher,"
Yeah.
or something like that. And I think when Jay-Z dropped 444, and
Oh,
he was like, "How do you think all the Jewish
on
people
Story
in
of
America?"
OJ.
Yeah, how do you think all the
Great
Jewish
album.
people in America, something, blah blah blah, and you know, whatever those, you know, maybe they're stupid, bless you, but I don't really care what they say about that. But when you have so when your country is bombing people like this, and the whole world essentially is saying, "Nah, man, it's Hamas," and blah blah blah. It's you can't help. I see people who go into a conspiratorial mindset, and even though I don't agree with anything they say, I think it's stupid. You kind of got to be like, well, how do you expect everyone to back you when we're not blind? Obviously, ban Hamas
Obviously.
in terms of like the killing of the 12,000 on October 8th and everything.
Also, you know what's mad?
Because we're gonna be like fuck killing regardless.
Yeah.
The
But
number
also-
got revised downwards.
Pardon?
It got revised downwards from 12,000 to 8,000.
Oh, of course it fucking
12,000
did.
was it 12? Was it 1,200 or 12,000?
Yeah, but
12,000.
It was
And
12,000.
then they said it went. That it's now gone down to
But-
8,000.
Hamas killed 12,000.
Something like
I think it was 1,200.
At the
1200?
same
I think it's
time,
1200.
at the
I
same,
think it's
at
1200.
the same, yeah, but at the same time, it ain't no fun until the rabbit has the gun. You poke a bear, you poke that. They have been conquering Palestinian land for so fucking
So long.
It ain't no fun until the rabbit has the gun.
I think
Like if you poke,
You're right, Toby. Sorry, 1,300. Sorry, bro.
no, it's right. But if you poke something so much, people will have to fucking retaliate. You know, this has been an issue since, God, like for years.
End of World War Two. End of World War Two.
No, well, that's when it started.
Yeah.
I mean, like
Oh,
in terms
yeah.
of public perception.
Yeah.
Honestly,
So
the-
how did it start? I think it's
I
something like...
don't. Hesh, you can talk and I'll back up
Yeah,
anything.
I'll
you
try
say,
and
'cause
articulate this to the best.
to the best
I
of
can.
my, I'll help
Yeah.
you as well.
So essentially, the region of modern day Israel.
So after
Palestine,
World War Two,
initially before World War Two, that region was even actually not around World War One. The Ottoman Empire ended around the 1930s. They had control over that region.
so Palestine.
Yeah, when the Ottoman Empire fell, that region came into the control of the British.
And
then
then
they
after
gave it to
World
the
War
Israeli.
Two, we were like, after what happened in the Holocaust,
Yeah,
the UN were like, yo, you man have this land to the Jewish people, right? Am I
But I
correct?
think
something along
I
those
think I
lines. Yeah.
heard initially that it was Jewish land.
Well, obviously it was Jewish because I think that's actually where like the Holy Land
Yeah, the Holy Land.
originally was.
Yeah.
But like, we're talking thousands of years later though.
Oh,
Like, this
yeah,
has been, this
yeah.
land
There were
has been
Palestinians on that
repurposed.
land there anyway. Let me look it up because I think there's like a treaty or something. Let me because I don't want to fudge these facts.
Yeah.
Let me find it.
I think it's similar to what I'm in with Crimea.
Yeah. So okay, let me see.
I think it's relatively similar to what happened with the Crimea Accord and things of
Yeah.
that nature.
Let me see.
So I watched a lot of videos about this in COVID.
What, Crimea or
No, about
Israeli?
Palestine
Oh,
because
yeah.
shout out to Mo was posting it there on his story during COVID.
Yeah, I've got a friend.
So like,
shout out to
I
her,
was proper watching videos about it in
but
COVID.
like she absolutely doesn't stop, and I rate that like every day.
All right, as
She
well,
just
and
posts
also
a
like
lot about
I had some friends in uni who ran like the Palestinian Awareness Society. So like I became aware of it because of them too.
Yeah.
Shout out to them as well. I just think it's mad sad.
Okay, here
like,
we go. So on the 29th of November 1947,
go on.
the General Assembly of the UN adopted Resolution 181, recommending the adoption and implementation of a plan to partition Palestine into an Arab state,
Yeah, there
a
we
Jewish
go.
state, and the city of Jerusalem.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it was something like that.
Yeah. And then, in 1948, that was when the 14th of May, that was the declaration of the establishment of the State of Israel. And because there were already tensions ongoing.
Yeah. I
With
read the same thing.
Palestinians and
So they just kind of did it to be like to the Jewish people after the World War II to be like, this is your place, go there.
Cause
They kind of did it as like a, hey, we're sorry this happened to you guys kind of thing.
When I think about it,
Which, again, I'm not saying that's bad or good, by the way. So you cancel me. Oh, I don't want to lose my job.
When I think about it, when we studied World War II, and I don't really remember hearing it. All the Jews that they rounded up.
Because you hear
were,
about
Germany or
you hear about what happened at Potsdam when they You know what Potsdam? Potsdam is the place it's like an area just outside of Berlin. We actually, when I went to Berlin last year, we went to the house.
Oh, okay.
You know, so JFK, was it JFK? It might have not been JFK at the time.
Roosevelt.
It might have been Roosevelt, it might have been JFK, I'm not sure.
JFK was 60s. Are you talking about World War II?
Oh, so who was the guy?
Eisenhower?
No, it was Roosevelt.
Who was after Roosevelt before JFK?
Oh.
When was Eisenhower?
It might have been Eisenhower. I don't know who it was, but it was Roosevelt, Churchill, and what's his name? The Russian. Everyone knows.
Stalin.
Was it Stalin?
Yeah.
Stalin. No, they all met in this house in
it's Roosevelt
in Berlin in this area called Potsdam, and I guess it's just that screen there then. Yeah, they all met in this house.
It'll still be recording, right?
I'll just.
Yeah. I'll keep your place, Potsdam.
Thank you.
They were.
So they went in Potsdam to like divide East Berlin and West Berlin, and East Germany and West Germany. That's why East Germany was like East Germany for mad long. But like I don't think the same thing happened in Israel. They kind of just went, oh yeah, this is free land, go take it, which is why we're sort of dealing. I think it's quite ironic that we kind of caused this issue and we're not fucking dealing with it.
Yeah. So if you look at this,
the British caused every issue and not dealing with it.
That's true. We stole gold from Africa. Yeah. You know, we ruined multiple nations. We don't care.
Yeah. So in 1948, so at the start of that war, there was British ruled mandatory Palestine, and that was conceded. And then in May, the state of Israel was established by the Jewish Yishuv. The Yishuv were like the Jews who were living in Palestine before that.
Because I have a mate from when I went to primary school with.
Yeah.
And his dad was Palestinian. His mum's a Palestinian Jew.
Ah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing.
But he supports he's a big Palestine guy.
Yeah,
he obviously he goes out there, he does all the rallies and stuff like that.
And then during the war, it says around 700,000 Palestinian Arabs were displaced. Essentially, from what I understand and what I've read, after the collapse of the Ottoman Empire, the Brits had control over that
pretty
region.
much. Yeah.
And then it was and that region of Palestine. And then even when Israel was established, if you look at the portion of land that was attributed to Israel and
then,
the portion
that's where it gets.
And
now.
Oh no, I've seen that.
It's sad.
From years, from a couple years, I think a couple years ago is when the conflict kind of really came into my attention.
2021,
I've seen.
I think way before that for me.
I think I was seeing a lot on Twitter.
2008? Are you talking about
I'm not talking that early because I was a kid, but maybe 2014, 2015
Yeah,
for me,
was when I started learning about it.
My first memory of it
because I already knew, because again, the guy, he lived down my road as well when I was a kid, so I knew about it from him, but other than that, I didn't really know about it.
I wasn't educated on it, but
I wasn't educated, but I knew about it.
My first awareness of the conflict was, I remember, I think it was 2008, 2009. Where there were rockets being fired between Israel and I think it was Hamas had fired rockets into Israel and the BBC had reported it. I don't know the ins and outs of that particular conflict, but the BBC reported it, and it was Hamas have sent rockets into Israel. That was my first awareness of it, but it was 2 years ago where I really understood what happened, and then I saw some of the maps.
Yeah.
And it's and you see, and it's essentially the modern state of Palestine.
At the end of the day, this podcast, all we support is no one dying.
Yeah.
We don't really, obviously we want justice for anyone.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, right now, all I care about is people stop dying.
Yeah.
You know what's really been disgusting?
What?
Has been seeing seeing all these pro-Israel supporters, online, and I'm not saying it's everyone, but they're fuck them kids, I don't care that they died, or Palestinians are animals.
I care if kids die.
They will rape your baby.
I care if kids die, Jewish, Palestinian, any race, creed, creature. I don't care. Israeli. I don't want any kids dying. I don't want anyone dying.
The maddest thing is, Palestine has one of the youngest populations in the world, and it's I think what's mad.
Apparently, there's been more bloodshed in Palestine than they have water.
I did see that, but I don't.
Don't. You can fact correct me.
I literally just saw that on
Twitter community. Like, do your little stuff.
You know what's mad? That I saw a stat recently that apparently 14,000 civilians have been killed in Palestine since the 7th of October. 14,000.
How many civilians are even in Palestine?
It's essentially
it's not that much.
They're in the West Bank.
It's a lot.
And they're in Gaza.
Yeah, but and the thing is, I reckon that's probably underestimating it because it's a
not that Gaza, but still it's
heavy. I think they were saying that like it's the area of East Ham. But there's 2.5 million.
That's where I live.
I was gonna say.
It's like
that's where I live.
2.5 million.
East Ham where?
In East London.
I thought there was a place in fucking Palestine called East Ham. My bad.
I was gonna say that's the area. That's where I live.
It's essentially 2.5 million people living in that compressed into that area.
Fuck me.
Split into the West Bank and Gaza, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Fucking hell, that's a lot big area.
Yeah, and it's I think I read it, and it's like since I think the Ukraine and Russia conflict started, they've said I think it was like 11,000 civilians have died, whereas in Palestine, I reckon that's probably conservative numbers, 14,000.
Yeah, because no one's really
11,000 in Ukraine between Ukraine and Russia.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's crazy because like the maddest. Oh my god, two of the maddest things I've seen. One of them is from like the Israeli ambassador to the UK.
Benjamin.
Zippy Yotovli, whatever. Yeah. Like I don't know how to pronounce the name.
You're gonna say Benjamin Mendy.
I was gonna say Netanyahu.
She's on record. So it's actually really excellent on Channel 4.
Yeah.
On Channel 4. She's been interviewed quite a few times by Krishnan Gurumurthy, who you'll recognise. Like
the Channel 4 dude with the glasses.
Yeah, glasses. Yeah. And he was like, "What do you make of the fact that like innocent civilians are being killed?" And she's like, "Yes, like innocent civilians shouldn't be killed, but there are terrorists." And then he asked her. No, it gets worse, bro. He asked her. This is on fucking camera, and I saw a tweet, and it's actually really good. And it was like, let her keep saying this shit on TV because less people are gonna believe her shit.
Yeah.
She says over 50% of the population of Palestine are terrorists, and it's like.
Interesting. All them kids.
All them kids.
Okay.
And then the other one, and it was like, it was amazing. I forgot his name. I genuinely think his name is like Ben Melvin or something, but he's a reporter on Sky News. I remember it. This was towards the start of the conflict, and it was with Naftali Bennett, who's a horribly right wing, very racist man, and he is on like again Sky News saying, like this interview is like what do you yes Hamas has killed these people and I condemn that, but what do you make of the fact that like Israeli forces are currently stopping humanitarian aid from getting into Gaza? There's no water or electricity.
Yeah.
And he says, and then it was disgusting. He was like, when Dresden happened in Germany, they didn't think about they didn't discuss it. They didn't discuss the morality of it.
Yeah.
They did what needed to be done because they needed to stop evil, and I was just like, what the.
I mean, you know what?
Yeah.
When you say this, it kind of makes sense in my head now why cowards like the US and the UK are gonna back Israel because these are the things that they've been doing in the war in Iraq.
You're right. Yeah.
Like,
oh my god.
Do you know what I mean? Like carpet bombing or bombing places and being like, oh yeah, we got our target. Okay, but what about all the civilians around? Like, when it comes to, this is real life. When it comes to dealing with terrorists, there is nothing can excuse the murder of like collateral, civilians. Like, if you're gonna do it, I don't care how tough it is, you have to do it with no civilian casualties.
Which is the difficult part, right?
It's difficult, but this is the job you signed up for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think the two maddest things were, as well, that I saw, to make it crazier, was like, this man, like, I can't really put into words the strength that he's demonstrating. I think his name is Waid El Doudou, but he's like he works for Al Jazeera and he's been reporting on Palestine and
I know what
literally,
you're talking about. Yeah.
like
I know the brother you're talking
live
about as well.
reporting, wife, daughter, son killed in the airstrike.
Fuck! I watched
Yeah.
that. I saw that on Twitter.
Yeah.
Bruh, fuck me. Yeah.
And then
bad,
there was another one I saw. Yes, and this is the thing about like what I'm seeing coming out of like Israel and Palestine. Like, have you seen some of the TikToks that have been going around, like Israeli TikTok?
Yeah, I think they're trying to do
Ridic-
propaganda through weird ways.
They've been ridiculing like some Israelis have been like wearing like wigs and saying and like imitating.
There was one pretending to be a doctor saying
I saw
Hamas is in the building,
one,
blah,
yeah.
blah, 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 blah.
I saw one. I wanted to punch this brother in the face. If I saw him on the road, I would.
Yeah.
If he's American, I would.
Yeah.
And he was like, me as like a Jewish person, and like he just put his tap on. And I was like, oh, you piece of shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I saw that one. Yeah,
I was like, that is you're just bad mind at that point.
We're not even blind, bro. I bet if you went onto Snapchat and was clicking everyone's
people
Snapchat,
did. Go to Israel.
and you
Them man are living lavish.
They're living. I've literally seen pictures of
I've seen YouTube adverts of Tel Aviv.
Yeah.
Recently, like literally.
Do you know what's been really getting me? I don't want to say it's been getting me annoyed, but it's like, so when the conflict started, or a couple of weeks ago.
Well, before the big Hamas attack.
No, I think after the big Hamas, after the kidnappings.
But October 7th.
Right, yeah, after October 7th, the only ads I was seeing on YouTube was
Visit Tel Aviv.
Not even visit.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of Visit Tel Aviv.
I've been seeing Hamas has killed this many people.
Really?
Yeah, same. I saw
Hamas
that
has
as well.
killed this many
YouTube
people. These people have been
yeah.
kidnapped. Blah blah blah. And when I see this, that's so sad to see.
Yeah.
These people being kidnapped.
We've
people
said before, any blood spill, we don't support. Like.
But how,
unless you're a Tory politician.
Yeah.
Like, how can you
fair.
how?
So fuck the Labour ones.
How
as well,
we see
A lot of cowards. 232
Yeah,
absentees.
we already said.
Did they cut off? I know they cut off like
They cut off water and electricity. Yeah.
So they even like
they
trying
cut off
to
everything. The Wi-Fi.
everything,
Yeah, they're like trying
you
to
see, they bombed the
all the
bakery,
information.
like like one of the only places they had for food or
It's
something.
mad you mentioned bakery. Literally, I think what's telling as well. Literally, if you go on Snap Maps and look at that, and then just look at the media that is coming out of Palestine versus what you're seeing coming out of Israel. I saw a TikTok. It felt like I was watching it was like dystopian. It was like a day during wartime, and it was like, so we baked these things
I saw that.
to go and give to the IDF soldiers. And like every day, I'm seeing more and more. Another one, a Palestinian journalist, literally, he heard that like the region that his family in got was hit by an airstrike, and then there's a video of him like picking his daughter up from the rubble, and it's just like, and I'm seeing this, and I'm just like, I can't believe that there are people out there who are seeing this and refusing to condemn it. And bro,
there are pictures and videos with kids with half a head left.
Benjamin.
I ain't seen them.
I've not seen any of them.
I don't like looking at
I'm not
that
even
kind of stuff.
I've
never looked at that stuff. I don't look at people.
I've not looked
dying.
for anything.
Yeah, no.
I've been seeing this from people posting it on their stories on Instagram, people posting it on Twitter. It's crazy.
I don't like I think as well, it's mad as well because like just the difference, and how can people look at this and not condemn what's going on? Like the scale of suffering we're seeing, it should make anyone just on a moral level, on a basic moral level.
But it's really like I was saying to my housemate the other day, like it's you know what fucks me up the most? How much geopolitics comes into aid.
Yeah,
because when
yeah.
Ukraine got Crimea,
Yes.
once the Russians passed Crimea, we were all like, we're gonna do everything we can to help them. Blah 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 blah. And now it's like, I really see how geopolitics as actually the number one driving force behind any decision that this government will ever make. Because we all have to hate the Russians, and we're all afraid of those motherfuckers.
I think
we are all gonna like back Crimea. We are gonna be like there. We're gonna give all our stuff to the Ukrainian soldiers. We're gonna support them, and it's so funny to see. And we're gonna light up towers with the Ukraine flag. It's so funny. It's like those same towers that were lit up with the Ukrainian flag on would now. I saw the Star of David there.
What?
No, they put in like didn't they light up Parliament with the Star of David or something like that? Am I making that up?
Okay.
Yeah, they did.
No,
I mean Parliament, but there was like a big landmark.
Parliament.
I get why they do it.
But it's all
after the first
geopolitics.
attacks.
That's the biggest issue. It's not about aid. It's not about helping people. Nothing's about this. It's all about where we stand and who our fucking allies are.
Do you know what I've been really happy to see, and I hope I see a lot more of it in the UK, is
all the marches.
Marches.
The marches. Everyone's marching
Quite a
across.
few of my
I
friends
fucking
went to
love
quite a
it.
lot of the marches
I've
as
seen
well.
a whole
One
bunch
of them's been to all of them.
Amazing.
I've seen a whole bunch of people, or like a couple videos of people going to US senators, like Elizabeth Warren and other people, and being like, this is disgusting. There was one woman who went up to Elizabeth Warren when she was having dinner with her husband. I think it was Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah.
And was like, 58 of my family members have died in Palestine, bro.
Yeah.
You are supposed to be for the people. You do not get peace until they get peace. And that's and I've been seeing people saying, nah, this isn't how you affect change. No. Make them feel like they can't be in public. Because
without having
you're in an elected position, supposed to be, and the
elected officials are supposed to be reflecting of the
people,
public,
and you're in a position, and the things you're saying are having such a direct impact.
I think the issue with them is they feel like with Israel, other than Saudi Arabia, they're their only favourable government in the Middle East.
Yeah, no, of course
that's
they
the
are.
whole thing is that they're thinking, they don't need all that oil that's in the Middle East. That's their
also the fact
their
that,
interests are lying.
Like where I live is very predominantly South Asian community for the most part. I want to say it's more South Asian than anything else. And the fact that my MP abstained, and it's like, you probably have one of the constituencies in London who are most pro-Palestine, and you abstained. It's a bad look. Like
the Whitechapel MP.
Yes, the Whitechapel one abstained.
Abstained? Whitechapel?
The one from Shoreditch and East Hackney abstained.
I saw
Bethel
that.
Green.
That's crazy. Enfield North.
Even Farrell Clark, yes.
I'm saying these are all areas where I could assume most people are pro-Palestine, and it's fucking annoying because the worst part is
for my
they
constituency, they voted to no ceasefire.
They actually did.
Yeah,
It's
You got bare white
Tory,
people, man.
yeah, it's Tory.
But like it's annoying because the worst part is these people don't have to worry about the positions, because you look at the people in the areas who live there, they're most likely to be left-leaning people who are liberal, who support things like Palestine, support pro-Palestine. Those are the same people that are going to vote Labour regardless. So they haven't even got to worry about their fucking seats. And that's what's the annoying part.
I don't know. I feel like a lot of people are not going to vote Labour.
And this is where I think Starmer's fucked up.
Yeah, I think
Starmer,
I think
COVID's going to be forgotten about.
I think what's it called?
I think
he believes that with the shambles at the Tory party, in that he's going to win by a landslide. But I think he's splitting the left vote so much because he keeps trying to pander to the Red Wall voters. So people like who thinking I might vote Tory, might vote Labour. He keeps trying to appeal to them and try and appeal to their more right wing, more centralist beliefs. But because of that, he's alienating a lot of the left. And you even see with the mayoral elections that Labour lost a lot of constituencies to the Green Party and the Lib Dems.
I think I'll probably vote one of them, bro.
I'll vote Green Party. I thought Green
I'm
Party.
going to vote Labour.
But you look at like the polls 6 months ago, and you would have been like, "Oh, Labour are definitely getting in," and it's just a bit mad.
I'll be honest.
I think Labour will get through hung Parliament. That's what I believe.
Me too.
Place your bets on that.
Before let him cook. Before all of
Santing's picks. Follow his Patreon for more exclusive picks.
You know what's mad? He's got a prediction for the 2024 US presidential election. That's right.
Donald Trump.
I would say
Trump's getting in.
I would say if he doesn't get if he's not in prison,
Trump is winning.
Put all your money on Donald Trump.
Trump's winning.
Every single penny,
Trump is
pound,
winning.
dollar, cent, everything. He's winning that.
I think.
You know what's funny thing? One thing Trump said that I low-key agree with him. He said thing. Let me land. He said thing. He hopes they never find life in space, because if they do, the US will definitely send them money. Exactly.
I think I agree with that.
I think what's mad about it, right, is like
Trump's getting in though. He's drunk.
I think
What's he saying?
I think he's alienated
I don't think he's alienated anyone. I think Biden is Sleepy Joe has
Sleepy Joe. He's done a terrible job. He's not. What happened to him saying he's gonna pardon everyone's what's it called? College tuition fees.
Republicans don't even like Trump though.
Yeah, they don't like him, but they know he's popular.
But everyone
so that's the
hates
thing.
Biden.
They're just gonna let him.
He's gonna be their candidate again, regardless.
Yeah, but Biden has to be candidate because
so is Trump. Trump's gonna be candidate.
He's gonna be candidate because they know he's popular amongst voters.
Because him and what's that lady's face again? The second in power lady.
Kamala Harris.
They've done fuck all.
They've not done nothing.
They've not changed anything. I think it's. And also that horrible abortion law passed while they were in power. Actually,
that's not them.
But that's true.
That was.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's the only thing that can. That's the only thing that can hold the Republic.
It's weird in America.
That's the only thing that's holding the Republic Party back because, like, you want to go against women. They make 50% of the population.
2023, and you're telling me a woman can't get
that is
insane.
It's only in certain states that have decided that they're not going with that law.
The thing is, right, with Starmer, right? I'll be honest. I have not liked him pretty much ever since 2020. I've just thought nah. And the longer it goes on, he said he doesn't back strikes. He said he doesn't like. No,
again, he's what Jerome said. He's trying to
Labour. The word Labour. How are you not backing strikes?
It's literally, you know what? Right. The Labour Party was literally started by a film strikers.
But they bought Starmer in to win the blue vote.
Yeah, that was
the whole plan, and that was the whole plan. So bad. They wanted to win the blue vote.
The thing is, reason why Corbyn was so popular is because Corbyn was also, very left.
But the reason that's also why he was so unpopular.
Yeah. I think the reason why I think Corbyn, obviously, the election looks this is because of the first past the post system, which is a whole different problem.
The first past the post is stupid.
It doesn't really make sense because it means if you lose in your constituency, your vote no longer counts at all.
Yeah,
and also, if you vote in a constituency that has a low population, your vote matters more than other people.
That's kind of like how
America is.
Yeah,
America, it's the exact same as
the exact same one.
First past the post as well.
Yeah. But state by state though.
Yeah, there's state by state.
Which is a bit better because it's a bigger consensus.
It's a little bit.
Ever since 2020,
but it's still bad.
I mean, fucking Trump beat out the woman.
Clinton.
What's her name? Clinton. Sorry.
It was Clinton.
Yeah, Hillary.
Clinton.
Trump beat Hillary, even though he had less popular vote.
He had less votes.
Because of
the first past the post. Like even with the last election, and when you just look back the first past the post, it looks like Tory won by a landslide. They had the biggest majority that the country's ever had. But when you actually look at the votes, it was very close. Like he didn't win a majority in the votes. I think he had 45 or something like that. Whereas Corbyn had 41 or something like that.
I think like Starmer. I'll be honest. Since 2020, you know what's mad? There's like a video of him or clip of him like taking the knee and then backing the police against the like protest marches, and I was like, wait a second. And then since then, it's been.
Many things he just loves to be on the fence.
Listen, on the fence.
Or you got have an opinion on something.
Since he's come into
have
power,
an opinion.
Like, since he's come
also like in his time at the Labour Party, like there's been rampant Islamophobia, rampant anti-black racism, and he's oh my god, he like the thing is as well, like they've spoken about addressing anti-Semitism, but he has sacked multiple Jewish MPs, and he's also I think there was an example of like a member who I think she was something to do with Palestine. She voiced her displeasure and he terminated.
I saw that.
And isn't his whole shadow cabinet just white?
Yeah, it's just and also he has said that he's not going to repeal in terms of the police bill.
No,
he's not repealing any of it. Basically affects people's right to protest.
The Act to Protest Act, the new one, right? Yeah.
That's so you can't protest anymore.
It basically increases
a little bit.
It was the one that Suella Braverman was praising in her resignation letter.
I think Priti Patel was the one who brought it through, innit?
Priti Patel brought it through.
Wicked bitch.
You can still protest, but it basically increases the ease with which police are able to arrest you and like have this. But and it's like. I think
there was over in the big protest that happened 2 weeks ago, last weekend. There was over 1,500 police deployed that weekend.
It's just horrible.
Look, I get
why.
Obviously.
I get why to a certain extent.
Because you got like that's
you got
such a big fucking crowd, man.
Yeah.
You've
No, I'm not
gotta
saying
have
that. For me, it's just the fact that like Suella, she had been inciting
A lot of
hate
hatred.
on those marches the entire week. Then,
In
of
her
course,
resignation letter, she did.
Yeah, and then the far right turn up. They're fucking up the police. It's because of that the police are getting
You know what's
injured.
crazy? I mean, I don't. Obviously, I'm not the biggest watcher of the news.
Yeah.
But like, I don't. I would have thought I would have heard a lot more.
A lot of your favorite news stations are Tory mouthpieces. That's
Yeah.
why.
Well, a lot of every
thinking I
news
have a
station
favourite
is Tory
news
mouthpieces.
My
That's what-
news station is X.
But yeah, and it's like
That's Mahesh's too.
he's
That's
right.
his diary, bro.
Yeah, man, it is.
Actually, is his diary. You can find out what he ate for dinner, what he did that day.
She was like fanning the flames of hatred, and the first thing she said post that, no sense of accountability. I mean, I didn't expect it anyway, but she said, "Oh yeah, like the anti-Semitism, the pro-terrorist," and it's like you're completely forgetting the elephant in the room, which is the far right people that you have spent the week fanning the flames of.
Yeah.
And
it's like when you see that man like with Tommy, what's his name? Tommy
Robinson. Oh my days.
It's all because of the media.
Yeah.
And the shit you pushing our
So,
faces.
I don't get it though. What would the far right do?
I don't get it.
Because when you think about it, it's
Go
not
on.
really their
issue.
It's
I
not.
was thinking the
Other
exact
than,
same
like,
thing.
There's
The
not
only
much going
thing I
on up
can-
here.
yeah, the
There's
only
not
thing
much
I
going
can
on up
think of-
here.
That's true. That's true.
racist. So of course I'm gonna like Israeli
Also,
people more than
white
Palestinians.
people, they're gonna support.
Exactly.
I think that's.
I think
I
a lot
actually
of
think that's
them
their
think
logic.
that's
They're
the
just
only
dumb.
thing I can think of.
They're stupid though. So
Also,
I think
no,
that's
it's because
actually
it's
it.
because Suella and Rishi had suggested that the path that the march would take would damage the cenotaph, which is like where the poppies are laid.
Oh, because it's on the same
Oh,
day.
yeah,
It's
is that why?
on Armistice
Oh yeah,
Day.
Suella was
It was on
like,
Armistice
you can't
Day,
do
yes,
this
yes.
on Remembrance.
But the thing is,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
march was never gonna go that. I think it's like, what was I gonna say? Brain's gone blank, bruv. You know how bad it. You know how embarrassing it feels, like having Suella and Rishi and Priti Patel
And now James Cleverly.
as a.
And
saying-
getting
David
Dodgy
Cameron's
Dave is
back.
back. Dodgy
David
fucking
Cameron's
Dave
back.
is
We not speaking
back.
about
That dodgy
He
fucking
wasn't an
bastard.
MP! How
First
can
of
you
all-
be a member of
First of all,
Parliament?
Rishi's that thing. Oh, I want. Rishi's that thing. This is the era of change. Change. And you bring back the person who was here 13 years ago. Who started all this mess? It's all your fault. This
It
mess
really
is coming.
is.
Who wasn't-
Mr.
who
Brexit
isn't-
referendum.
He isn't
Bastard.
a member of Parliament. How can you be given that position and you're not?
Because where has he been in the last 7 years? What? He's been in
Not
a
an
hut
MP.
somewhere. Probably abroad of his offshore accounts.
Yep.
Yeah, he ain't forgotten about
They're
that
all in
dodgy
France.
Dave.
Not related.
Pigs.
Yeah, I was about to say he's with the pigs again,
Not
man.
related. Someone said that to me.
Yeah, man.
Like what?
I hope he's been staying off the farms. Fucking hell.
He's eating pigs and fucking them.
Oh shit! Yeah, I forgot about that.
Not related, but why the fuck is that dickhead on I'm a Celeb? Farage.
No, you're
Oh, he got paid a bag.
Yeah.
He got paid 1.5 mil.
Yeah, that's what
apparently.
I was fearing with having when they had Hancock when they're just gonna have
Yeah.
disgraced politicians trying to redeem
You know how,
themselves.
like,
and
I'm not
I'm a
saying keep
celeb.
politicians off,
Yeah, I was.
but like
Sorry.
keep them off.
No. They should be flogged. Publicly flogged.
Shame.
I think.
I think they should flog themselves.
They're not gonna do that.
I know we should force them. No, we shouldn't. We shouldn't.
The
do that. We shouldn't
I
do that.
think the free. The thing is about those three,
Please stop
especially
cancelling
Rishi, Suella, Priti. As an Indian, you know how embarrassing it is seeing them free. The
Are they
traffic,
all of Indian
bro.
descent?
They're all of Indian descent, bro. All
I have
three.
I have a really important question.
All three.
Really?
Rishi, Suella, Pretty, Snog, Marry, Avoid.
Oh, this guy.
Oh wow.
This guy.
Okay, I've got it. We're avoiding Rishi.
Avoid Rishi.
I think that's exactly what I was thinking about, Marvin.
That's what I'm thinking, man. That's exactly what I'm thinking.
I think I'll shag.
Hear me out. Hear me out.
I think no.
Really shagging Suella,
Yeah.
You make me sick.
and they're gonna marry Pretty. Because shout to Skepta.
Yeah.
Because of the Skepta picture. That's fine.
I think I think
You have to answer the question. You asked
who's
it.
the worst of them?
From the start, she was
I
just
think Suella
there.
is the loudest.
She's just a
Suella's the
yapper,
loudest, though.
yappy.
Swella's more dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I
she
think
can
of the
instigate
three,
a lot of
maybe
people.
Rishi's
Worse.
the
I think he's the least.
yeah.
But he's
I think I'd
so
marry
male.
Rishi.
'Cause I think even Pretty Patel, she's just waiting
gotta sleep
on
in
the
separate
wings
beds.
for after for after Rishi obviously
married but
fails to win the election. I think Pretty Patel's gonna run to be.
So you're gonna marry Rishi but not consummate it.
Yeah, we won't consummate it. We'll snog.
Pretty.
Oh, is it snog? I
nah.
like his shag.
Yeah, I'll try to keep it PG.
Yeah, I was even thinking it's not usually snug.
Yeah. I think I'd snog. What's her
It's-
face? No, not Suella.
Fuck, marry, kill. That's what the
Just
usual
tap
one, isn't it?
And then avoid
Suella, yeah.
Suella.
Yeah.
No, we're trying to
I think-
avoid the theme of death on this episode.
I think the last
Needless
Oh, you're not gonna do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, I said same as Toby basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's
The lot-
yours? What's yours?
I fuck Pretty.
Oh my god.
You got to marry Suella.
Yeah, but I won't consummate in that. Divorcing that.
No, I
guy.
want to hate fuck her.
I said snog, guys. I fucking said snog.
I mean, hate kiss her.
And I'll avoid the
I fucking hate you, bitch.
At the end of this episode, it's
I'll
gonna be
avoid
at
the
25
TikTok
minutes.
and
This could be a 20-minute podcast.
So much.
This should go on the Patreon.
Subscribe to Patreon.
You need to make a bank. But yeah, I think the last thing,
Fine.
one thing that's been like quite refreshing though, like is that I feel like more people are starting to see through the rubbish. Like even if literally, I think 2 days ago, Netanyahu's on record saying that the civilian casualties in Palestine are fully
Hamas.
fully on Hamas, and I'm just like, mate, yeah,
On
like,
Hamas.
No, we've seen
Didn't
you.
they try and accuse them of blowing up the hospital?
Yeah.
I remember
And
they
that-
said that the rockets were Hamas.
and they're
rockets.
blowing up more hospitals.
Where
and they're
would
invading-
Hamas get the rocket?
Bro,
Where would they?
Listen.
Hamas, all of their weapons are homemade.
Bro.
Because where they gonna get rockets from?
They are working off
have you
limited
guys seen
supplies.
some of the combat videos
Hamas.
of Hamas?
No, I tried
cold,
to
man.
avoid videos
No,
of like
but
war
like,
and
Hamas
fighting
are
and
cold,
stuff
like
like
they're
that.
doing like guerrilla warfare. They're doing their thing, man. And the thing is, like Israel has one of the most.
But fuck Hamas.
Yeah, because
true.
Israel's funded by the US.
Yeah, they have one of the most
And
powerful
us.
militaries. In yeah, true. But yeah, I feel like more people are starting to see through the bullshit. But it's also made me realize like how it's just demoralizing how particular people in power and companies and just kind of the delusions they're showing. But
yeah, but I
hopefully
think that's
it'll be
an ongoing conversation
Yeah,
we have
which is-
regarding every social political
It's
issue
true,
in this
it's
planet.
Mm.
But I think we should draw an end to this
I
politics
was
episode.
fucking gonna say that, man. Fuck.
All right, sit
What were you
down.
gonna
Sit
say?
down.
I would-
Calm down.
I wanted to close it. No, you close it.
It's my podcast.
Oh, the white man wants everything
All right,
now.
there we go. There we go. I've been waiting for this.
It's an uprising.
I was gonna make a joke, and I was like, "Nah, Lloyd, you already got a lot of edits to do."
Yeah, you listen to too much Jack Harlow talk about whips and chains, bro.
I already made this joke.
We
You can't
shall
steal my
overcome.
joke. Yeah, that's enough. I don't know how much of this episode you man will get to see, but
5 minutes.
I don't want to get cancelled. I like my job.
Yeah, me too, man.
Please like, subscribe.
Blur me out if it gets mad.
Yeah.
Please like, subscribe, follow us. Follow us on the Patreon. 'Cause this episode needs to come on Patreon because I
Got
can't.
some crazy.
Why do we put it on OnlyFans?
We could put OnlyFans.
We start on OnlyFans.
We
Well, not that
could
kind of
start on
OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Oh, I want that kind of OnlyFans.
Well, you get some guests in, and maybe we'll start that OnlyFans.
Oh, why does it have to be guessed? Could be
I'm
us.
22. Is filming a new show. where
Yeah,
he's-
fuck his wife. Have you seen that? No, so what's it, the Adam 22 thing. Have you seen
That
it,
brother is in the mud.
What the
He is
hell?
Yeah,
in the mud.
I don't know what.
Clout is
Yeah,
the-
it's a dangerous
it's a-
drug.
it's a
man.
disease.
It's a
Look,
danger.
all I'll
It's a
say
disease.
though, is he's been banging mad chicks with his wife.
yeah.
so-
Apparently, been banging mad porn stars.
Literally, they have a podcast
Where they
they'll
interview the porn
talk,
star,
and then they'll start
And then I'll
banging the
fuck.
porn
Yeah.
star. Yeah. So shout out to her getting her mileage up, but
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Not my
It's
Anywho,
not a car, you know.
this is the end of the podcast. Fuck off, guys.
cut it.